Oh wow, that's cool. That's hella cool. Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar, and today we are checking out the first Descendant hotfix 1.1.1. This is the one that nerfs the new stuff, so it's a whole lot more easier to do. That's right, I'm talking about the invasions. Not only that, they're also going to be increasing, or better said, decreasing the difficulty of the Hailey farm. And I know a whole lot of you guys are still battling with that one, so that should be good news. Remove the arcade pillars that didn't display any symbols. This was hella annoying, even for something like a bunny. Improve the arcade pillars, so now they face towards the inside of the battle area. Wow, these are some meaningful changes just straight out the bat, because on more difficult dungeons, it was hard to actually see what the pillars were displaying because they were outside and you had to grapple, wait for cooldowns. It was definitely annoying. Simplify the design of the symbols display on the arcade pillars and reduce the number from 6 to 4. Wow, this really is on easy mode now. Fixed an issue where skills would continue to target the tumors of the arcade pillars even after they were destroyed. So let's say you're playing Bunny. Bunny was fantastic at this. And you're running high voltage, you're only targeting 3 at a time. Essentially, if you would get too close to a pillar, they would keep on targeting the pillar even if the tumors were destroyed and not the actual enemy. So fantastic change, or better said, a fix on this one. Improve pillars so tumors do not regenerate after they're destroyed. Reduce the number of hits to destroy arcade pillar tumors from 5 to 3. A lot of the times it seemed that it needed a lot more than 5, especially when it comes to gunshots. I don't know, I thought it was like a damage-based thing, not a hit-based thing. Adjusted the movement path of the ancestor drone. Reduced the movement speed of the ancestor drone. Never had a problem with the drone. Though at times, even though the symbols were correct, I activated the drone and I blew up next to it. Not sure what that was all about. Change the direction of the symbol displayed above the ancestor drone to be vertical. Reduce the number of hits needed to destroy the malignant tumor, blocking the door from 3 to 2, allowing it to be clear in 1 attempt. Wow. Again, that's a lot. And just getting to this point, that's a lot of difficulty nerf. Increase range and firing rate of the invasion energy emitter. Fixed an issue where gates would receive damage if the Descendant would hit a gate with a skill while having a module equipped that lowered the skill power modifier and also had inversion energy emitter equipped. Increased melee monster spawn rate. From what we tested so far, or better said what I heard, it looks like the overall spawn rate has gone down, but they say they increased melee monster spawn rate. Invasion improved the mechanics of Legion of Immortality dungeon. Remove the time limit for artificial brain input after the first supply. These are the things that you pick up off the ground and you put into that whole canister thing. Change the amount of artificial brains that have to be supplied to 20. Before it was 30, you still had to do it in 2 runs, but because they changed the amount of artificial brains that player can hold from 15 to 10, you are still doing 2 runs. 2 full runs, theoretically. But you just need to pick up less from the ground, which normally wasn't really a concern. Move the location of the phase suppression veil generator near the computing unit in battles with named monsters. Improve the mechanics of Legion of Darkness dungeon. Adjusted the arcade tile positions to make it easier to identify them. Reduce the arcade tile occupation time to 3 seconds. I'm not sure what was before, but it felt like 10-ish seconds. Could be wrong, you could jump up and down. Simplify the color and symbols displayed on the arcade tiles and reduce the number from 6 to 4, and this is how they looked. Never really had an issue with the arcade tiles before. The problem was when you were sitting on top just to see all of them and what you needed for the door to progress, you couldn't necessarily see all of them. Remove the suicide bomber that would destroy arcade tiles. Wait, that was a thing? There was a suicide bomber that destroyed arcade tiles? Never had an issue with that one. Reduce the spawn rate of raiders who would reduce the arcade tile occupancy. Change the symbols to stay on the arcade tiles longer after stepping off the central control unit. Added more central control units to allow identifying arcade tiles more easily in some dungeons. Fantastic change on this one. Essentially what I was talking about earlier, you would sit on the central thing, but you would not necessarily see all the tiles. Overall, fix the difficulty of name monster patterns in invasion dungeons. These are the guys that killed you, basically. Some of you guys had trouble with these. Reduce the frequency of skill use during immunity. Reduce the quantity of frequency of guided projectiles during immunity. Essentially, the guy would go immune and he would have this beam of frost or electricity death on my bunny that would just like boom, 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 dead. Especially if you're running glass cannon. Reduce the skill use frequency of high angle projectiles and reduce the duration of area of effect remaining from explosive during immunity. Reduce the skill use frequency of guided projectile. Reduce the skill use frequency of thermite grenade, etc. etc. Essentially, these are all the bosses. Let's do a couple of these invasion dungeons and see exactly how the difficulty has changed. Did we have this one before? I don't know if we had this one before. But obviously, it's bunny time. Okay, so you just gotta kill stuff and put the stuff into the other stuff. Now we know this has been nerfed. You had to carry 15 before, and now you got 10. Boom. Go over here, put it in. That should take you to 50%. You gotta hug it though. Like just going in the vicinity is not enough. You gotta actually physically hug it, and that's 10. Wow. You gotta be kidding me. That was cake. That was nothing but cake, dude. That was like, I showed up and they give me my rewards. Thank you very much for playing the game.
Do you notice that there's a reduction in the amount of enemies spawning?
Yeah, I mean, they spawned, they died, because hi, bunny. They gave me the stuff, I put it in, and I progressed now. Extremely easy by comparison. Okay, here we go. Here's round number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be 10. And that is 10. 10 done. I need more enemy spawn. I mean, they said they increased the density or the spawn rate of melee monsters. Right now, I'm legitimately looking for stuff to kill. So I can get my 10 thingies.
That wasn't the case before.
Oh, absolutely not. And done. Wait, there's an additional thing. Ah, you need to... Oh, is this the boss?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the boss. Okay.
And
So
they
first
made it so the bosses don't shoot you, they don't use abilities.
Why doesn't he do anything to me now?
Because he was too strong when he was immune and able to attack you and use abilities.
Yeah, he just like... Hey, bro. Oh, no, he attacked. He attacked. You big liar. He attacked. I went next to him and he attacked. I just wanted to give him a big old kiss. I had to hug him to get a reaction out of him.
How much damage did he do?
He did damage. He did do damage. Damage was done. Hey, boss. What up, brah? What? Something? He's running away from me. Okay, that's it. Let's see how hard he is. Boom, boom, boss. Let's go. Yeah, he still got the beam on me, but didn't hurt that much anymore. Just got the heat beam.
Yes.
He still has the same amount of HP from what I can see. Ryan, take me. That's it. Gold, baby. Of course, gold. Oh, I got a red mod. Venom synthesis. Sounds like a Freyna thing. Yeah. Massive nerf. Massive nerf. This unfortunately borderlines on the level of participation trophy. I showed up, give me my rewards. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that some players had problems with the difficulty, but this is overdoing it. If there's no difficulty and everybody can do it easily, then there is no value to the rewards. And I hope they're not gonna be going down the path of you just show up and you get your rewards. Rewards are for everybody. It's not what I'm looking from this game. There are plenty of other looter shooters that do the exact same. You show up, here's your reward, 0 difficulty. Oh, I remember this one. Wasn't this one the first ever we got or the second one? So you get to see the things there. And now I'm just looking for tiles, right? Alright. I go up on the thing over here. I look down. I see what I need. They stay on longer after you get off the central point.
Yeah.
So you have a much easier time. And they activate so quickly, dude. Oh my god. This is incredibly easy. By comparison. But of course, looking at symbols and colors and standing on them defeated some players, sadly. It is what it is, boys. It's time to admit it.
Did you notice the reduction in enemy spawns?
Just a couple. But there was nothing in the patch notes. Did I miss it in the patch notes, the reduction in enemy spawns?
They didn't really say that they reduced the enemies. Other than the specific ones
They
that
said
would
they
destroy
increased
the tiles.
melee monsters.
Yeah, so I was expecting more. I thought, okay, they've made the mechanics easier, but they've made more enemies spawn. But then when I went in there, and I saw that there's less enemies, I was...
Dude, it's the same symbols too. Orange, purple, blue. Orange, blue, and there's a purple. Okay. Wings. Oh, is that the Demolisher guy? Oh, they said they removed the Demolisher guy, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know how if maybe it's the one with the red symbol on him. Bad, red. Oh, come on, this was white. I mean, I didn't even pay attention to it. And this is just like getting done by itself now, dude. Come on, man. Boss time, right? Remind me, you were supposed to sit on a tile and shoot the boss, right? So this has white. I sit on white, I shoot him in the Subra, and then he becomes vulnerable, right? Why isn't he shooting at me? He's barely shooting at me.
Because he's immune. They've reduced like everything. While the boss is immune, they've reduced all his actions.
Okay, that hurt me, you know? I had to get close because he's on the platform, and that shotgun to the face did hurt. They should really do something about shotguns in this game. They're really not satisfying. Take me under your wings of light. Oh, we have to do it again because of his spawn on the platform. You're better off killing the mobs first, though. Is he still on the same? I don't see, he's over there. That's it. Gold, baby. Easy. Well, what can I say? It's a massive nerf. It's just, from the two that I played, it's just a massive nerf. From my point of view, overdoing it massively. I know it's an unpopular opinion. You guys are gonna say don't be an elitist jerk, but come on, they weren't that hard. They weren't that bad. Now it feels like you barely even have to work for your rewards, and I'm not for participation trophy. And I don't think that all content should be rewarded to everybody just because you show up. But hey, it is what it is. Yes, these are like significantly easier to do now. As per the usual, I recommend my Boss Slayer Bunny build for these. Look at the cards right now. Increased Hailey research material rewards available at each clear time in Invasion Dungeons 321 to 5 for free. Yeah, baby, so we're getting a whole lot more. Double on the middle one, almost double on the first one, and triple on the last one. Now, this is just for Invasion Dungeons, so bear that one in mind. And improve the Inversion reinforcement skill effects. Now, here's the deal with Invasion reinforcements. It's a system that we have seen before in Destiny, but unfortunately, the first version of Invasion reinforcements were, how do I put this, borderline useless. Apparently, they did buff these quite a bit. For example, removing obnoxious cooldowns like this one, 210 seconds. When all skills are on cooldown, grants unconsciousness. Unconsciousness means cooldown of the next skill used by 8%. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to begin with, but when you add a 210 second cooldown, who cares? They remove the cooldown entirely. So when all skills are on cooldown, grants unconsciousness, cooldown of the next skill is reduced by 8%. Again, 8% is not that big of a deal, and I don't think these are supposed to be game changers per se, but again, they were borderline useless. Inverted defibrillation was a thing as well. Selective neurostimulation was something that I used because, well, it was just going on in the background. The problem with this one, most often you would get the 60% chance. That meant only 8.9% MP of your, well, maximum MP. Now, 13.4%. So the 60% chance goes to 13.4, the 30% chance to 23.5, and the 10% chance to 30.2. This is a pretty large buff to selective neurostimulation, and so far this has been fantastic, especially if you got some mana-hungry Descendants. We're not gonna go through all of them, you'll find a link in the description down below. But all in all, I do believe these are some nice changes. Shield increase of Overwhelming Shield has been increased to 26.8% of maximum HP. HP increase of Overwhelming HP has been increased to 19.8% of maximum shields. Decreased defense and HP of Pyromaniac, standard and hard in intercept battles. Also decreased HP and shield of the hummingbirds. I think those are the little spinny things that knock you out of your skills and are hella annoying, which appears in executioners and pyromatic intercept battles. Why would you nerf Pyro? Hailey can 2-tap Pyro. I mean, I could 2-tap Pyro, and I don't even have the best reactor right now. You know what? Let's go test Pyro. I'm curious to see what I can do to him now.
I mean, you could easily kill him with the Thunder Cage.
Ooh, the ones on top, the hummingbirds on top?
Yeah.
Apparently that was challenging to a whole lot of players, but you do get the... Oh, come on, don't laugh. Just because you have an easy time with it, doesn't necessarily mean that everybody does.
Yeah.
And whoever didn't build the Thunder Cage, and by the way, if you didn't build the Thunder Cage in the cards right now, you should. That's a fantastic mob clearing weapon. That's a 15 mil. That's a 2-tap. I mean, you could 2-tap him before, and you're still 2-tapping him now. Not a lot has changed. Technically, you know you can get a one-shot on this guy, though it's not really a one-shot per se. What you need is to hit him with Hailey's second ability while he still has those cryo procs on, which you can put on with your Q ability, cryo rounds. Bah, who cares? You can just 2-tap him, it's fine. You could 2-tap him before and you can still 2-tap him now. What changed? Probably if you don't have a super overpowered build. And by the way, if you want to know how to build Hailey the right way, look at the cards right now. Kill score for defeating monsters in certain hard infiltration operation has been increased. Yay! Kingston, Magister Lab, Sterile Lands, Unknown Laboratory, Fortress, Quarantine Zone. Shorten the time required to interact with objects. Yeah, more quality of life changes for the most part. Bug fixes, UI fixes, and basically that's pretty much gonna do it. The director comments are essentially the motivations for their changes. So, what do we take away from all of this? These dungeons, which are solo, and I never got why they're actually solo, are a whole lot easier now. Did you have trouble with them? Then you're gonna have a whole lot easier time getting them done, and you do need that gold, and of course you're gonna be getting more Hailey stuff as well. Outside of that, they nerfed Pyro. Why did they nerf Pyro? I don't know. Seriously, did you guys still have trouble with Pyro? I thought like everybody has it on the farm. And it's not just Hailey that can blow him up. Bunny can kill him in under 2 minutes with the Boss Slayer build. You don't know the Boss Slayer build? I got your back. Bring the cards right now. Lepic as well, with his Annihilation build. Even though he deals heat damage, Lepic could still destroy him. And yes, I will link you the guide in the cards again. As for these things, the Inversion reinforcements, these have the potential to be cool, but we need a bit more time to check them out. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite channel, subscribe only if you enjoyed the content. If you got any feedback for me, let me know in the comment section down below. But more importantly than that, let me know what you think of these changes. Do you dig or do you not dig? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.